right, guys, here with Lisanne Fear. That's I'm saying it right?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So you're riding across America on the ADT on horseback.
Yeah.
That is awesome. How's it been so far?
You know, it's been crazy. I've been out on the trail for almost a year. This month is the year marker.
Wow,
so
really? Dang.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, I don't even know where to start.
I know how it is. Yeah. So like, what was it like hiking through the east, or not hiking, but riding through the east? Like, was it difficult with like logistics and?
Yeah, I mean, the whole trip has been difficult with logistics. Probably right now is the most intense because we're now in the desert here in Utah without water.
Right.
Out east, you know, I was just door knocking every night and there's people everywhere, so I never really had to worry too much about feeding water for all the critters that I travel with. But right now, yeah, I think logistics just got a lot more complicated in the desert.
I bet. Did you guys like just use natural water sources in like Colorado, or like did you have to plan like water and everything?
Yeah, so anywhere that I've gone, right now I'm traveling solo, so I don't have any support crews. So I have volunteers that know the area pretty well.
Okay.
Usually give me kind of like a ride through my next leg or section, and I go through and I mark out where all the water sources are.
Dang.
Tomorrow I'm actually buying another 35-gallon tank to keep on the truck, so I have 70 gallons on the truck at all times.
Wow.
And then I'm probably actually gonna go place water at the planned stops.
Okay.
Kind of deal.
Nice.
And then I'll ride by, and then I'll pick up, like, I'll let the horses drink, then I'll pick up my water bucket and I'll ride to where I think I need to stop next. So
wow.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah. So, and what is your cause? I know you have a really important cause that you're riding for.
Yeah, so I started out this journey riding 5,000 miles for 5,000 Mustangs, but it's grown in this year, you know, like what's possible. And I firmly believe now we can get all 50,000 plus horses that are standing and holding adopted. So it's a matter of, you know, right now I'm just on this trip and I'm planting seeds along the way.
Yeah.
And after this trip, it'll come time to kind of cultivate everything. And I see in a few years, like, we'll be able to harvest from that and, have all 50,000 horses adopted,
So where do all these 50,000 horses come from? I'm so curious. Like, how are they, like, you know, not spoken for? Or?
Yeah, so due to the Free Roaming Wild Horse and Burro Act enacted in 1971, the Bureau of Land, any wild horses on Bureau of Land Management land that was in excess of what they said as AML, which is appropriate management level, the government spends millions of dollars every year rounding them up, the excess horses in population, and then they put them in holding corrals and they offer them up to for adoption to the public.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Wow. So what does someone need to adopt a horse? I'm guessing they need some land. Maybe.
You know, maybe not necessarily land, but education is definitely the most important thing, I think.
Right.
Especially when adopting a Mustang, they can be a little bit harder than the domestic horses.
Oh, I bet. Oh my
in
God.
terms of challenges for taming and training them. But the BLM does require at least 6-foot fencing when you adopt a wild horse, wherever that may be, just because, they like to crawl out. I would say 8 feet of fencing, just because I've seen some fly over 6 feet.
Dang, that's
but
crazy.
I would say most important is finding someone who knows what they're doing, and having them kind of help as a guide through the process and the journey of the incredible journey of taming and training a wild horse, because there's something so special about them that it's very unique to them, and it's about this connection and communication, and once you get that bond with them, they'll just do absolutely anything for you.
That's so amazing. Wow. So how long have you been riding?
On this trip?
No, I mean like in your life. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we like to joke that I was riding before I was born, because my mom was riding with me, maybe a little pregnant. So I grew up, yeah, I grew up 6th generation on a cattle ranch in Wyoming on 55,000 acres.
Whoa, that is so cool. Holy crap. Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. And do you have like a main horse that you ride, or you trade them out, or?
I can trade them out, but I mostly ride my buckskin Chileno. He walks a full mile per hour faster than all my other horses, and so I mean just walking him in 12 miles, he saves me an hour of my day, so I go about 20-25 miles a day on my horses, And just by riding Chileno at a walk, I saved myself 2 hours a day, which is so vital and critical on this trip. So
right.
yeah, he's like Forrest Gump. He just goes and goes and goes all day long, and
really?
he just doesn't tire out. So
wow.
yeah, he's also the leader of my herd. And
cool.
So, you know, everyone kind of listens and respects him when I'm riding alone and leading 3 others, and it's a nice cohesion of everything.
Wow, that is awesome. What have been like the most, like, 1 or 2 of the most challenging times you've had on the trip?
So I'm also traveling with my dogs right now. One of the most challenging times was, one of those dogs is actually my service dog.
Oh, okay.
And he was struck by a copperhead in Illinois, and so that was a crazy time. He ended up spending 3 days in the ER. He made it through, thankfully. But like where we were left, we were in like this pit of vipers, and like we had evacuated the dog out, like kind of like hoisted him out up over this huge cliff face. And my support team at that point like got him and took off. But then I had my film crew with me, and my filmmaker, he had hurt his hip really, really bad by slipping and falling on a rock at that time. He was pretty critical.
Dang.
And so getting out of that situation was something crazy. By the time we left, it was the pitch black at night, and in order to get up and out of where we were at, the shortest route, which is what we needed for that situation, was up this like climbing route almost, and it's just these huge massive boulders that it kind of like fell down into like this ravine kind of deal.
Okay.
And yeah, we sent the horses up that in the middle of the dark, and you know, like the horses are jumping up one rock and then they're collecting all 4 feet to jump up to the next ledge.
Oh my god.
All 4 feet. And pitch black at night. My filmmaker, he wasn't very accustomed to riding. He's like, do I just hold on to the horn? And I was like, not good enough. Like, you have to hold on high on the mane just for the center of gravity.
Okay.
To be up there for the horse to balance. And I don't know any other horses that could have gotten us out of that situation other than some hardy mustangs. So.
Yeah, really? Yeah. Are they tend to be like stronger and like faster or more aggressive, or like for like stuff like that? Like
I would say like the endurance is there, like the toughness and the hardiness. And again, back to that bond that you get with them, like they're just so trusting.
Wow.
That, you know, at least mine anyways, like if I say go, they're like, all right, whatever you say, full send. Like
wow.
Yeah, they're awesome. I don't know too many horses that would have agreed with that being a good idea in the middle of the night. So,
I bet. Dang, what a wild story. What's been like one of your highlights from the trip? Like, what's your favorite part?
My favorite part is actually door knocking across the country.
Okay.
Just because like it's been so faith restoring in humanity.
Yeah.
The kindness from strangers along the way has just been amazing, you know. These are America's horses. Every tax-paying American is paying for all of these horses to stand and holding. So even if someone doesn't feel like they physically own a horse, know that everyone owns at least 60,000 horses in holding right now.
Dang.
And so with that being said, it's really fun to bring America's Mustang right into Americans' backyards sometimes.
Right.
And kind of bring the cause right to their doorstep in a way. So
Totally.
that part of it's been really fun, and again, just completely faith restoring in humanity. The kindness along the way has been amazing.
That's so cool. And I bet, like, since you've been through some rural areas, you probably met some people that are pumped to adopt a horse now after meeting you, probably, right?
Yeah. One of my favorites was just actually here in Colorado. This 10-year-old girl rode 17 and a half miles with me, just me and her. Like,
nice.
Her mom just like let her go, and I just
cool.
thought that she was the coolest. And like, I guess all she's been talking about now is how much she wants to adopt a Mustang. So yeah, I love the ripple effect of things that are happening across the trail.
Yeah, seriously, that's so incredible. Oh, and you do speaking engagements from time to time, right?
Yeah, so I've been trying to do 1 to 2 speaking engagements either every month or every state. So coming out of Colorado, I just did one on the eastern side in Colorado Springs, and then I did 2 in Grand Junction this last week. And then I think in 2 weeks I'm in Fremont, Utah speaking again.
2 weeks to be in Fremont?
Yep.
Okay, speaking. Okay, Fremont, Utah. And you know the date for that?
No.
Okay, I'll put it in the video. We'll figure it out by then.
Perfect.
And do you have any scheduled for after that?
Not after that, no. You know, traveling with 4 equines and 2 dogs and me, and the weather right now, you just never know, and it's so hard to plan too far in advance because the plans always change and shift depending upon what happens on the trail.
True. Yeah, I know exactly how that is. I can't plan anything.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I accidentally put DEF in my diesel tank, and it took 3 weeks for my truck to get repaired. So you just never know what's gonna happen and when. But
seriously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally get that. Cool. Well, do you have anything else that you want to say or anything? Or?
Yeah, not everyone is meant to adopt a wild horse, but everyone should get out there and do what they want in this life. Like, everyone should go out and pursue their passions.
Hell yeah. Love that. Cool. Well, that's all I have for you. So
right.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me.
Sure. All right, we're gonna have some ice cream now. Later.